Hello and welcome to Hoarders, a podcast where you can either clean with me or hope for a better tomorrow. Today I am going to discuss a very large mess in my room. There is no point in not being honest because everyone can clearly tell I'm a hoarder. But the issue with my hoarding isn't the hoarding. And I know that sounds odd because it clearly is. But with my little to no research and only based off of my feelings, to me, I believe the issue is based on three things. One, up until now, the thought of where to start has always sent me into a panic in every aspect of my life. Two, having nobody to hang out with or talk to or relate to growing up. So my happiness relied on things I could do. And three, my mental health. So we're going to break those three things down. I have no education in mental health. All I have is experience. I am not a therapist, a doctor. I am nobody. So if you are struggling with these issues, please seek professional help. Do as I say, not as I do. Let's get into the topics. Number one, the thought of where to start has always sent me into a panic. So for as long as I can remember, my room has looked the way it looked. It is very hard for me to decide where to start. And it gets to the point where I can't even think. The best way I can describe it is, you know those games where people will say, think of the first thing you hear when you hear gorilla. All I'm thinking is gorilla. It is very hard for me to not think of gorilla. So when I'm thinking of where to start, I'm thinking of the exact words where to start on top of everywhere I can start and not being able to choose something. Honestly, I think I'm just really indecisive because even picking a meal, if I'm going somewhere and God forbid they have a hot dog, nachos, and french fries, God, it is going to be a hard time for me, and I'm probably going to leave that day disappointed because I didn't get the other thing. But yeah, that is my number one issue. To me, that is tip of the iceberg. That is something that could be worked on. Now, number two, that one for me is a major struggle. Having nobody to hang out with, talk to, or relate to while growing up. Growing up, I had nobody. I was extremely lonely. I just had to do my own thing, and I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like I could walk to a friend's house. All I had was dirt, and I literally spent an entire summer digging a hole just to sit in it after I saw the movie Where the Wild Things Are. Yeah, growing up, I was extremely lonely, so for me, things that occupied my time, I loved, and then it slowly grew into hoarding things that I could one day use with people, because I've always, I don't know, when I picture my future, I picture just a bunch of people playing games, having fun, just genuinely enjoying their time together, and so I have just purchased a bunch of stuff that one day I could use with them. Or I love sewing, so I'll see fabric that I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool, but I'm not at the level where I could actually really make anything. It's definitely been a struggle letting go of things. That is not just things though. I think I'm all forms of the word hoarder. I have such a hard time when things change. My local shopping center, anytime a store changes, I have two moments of grieving, and it sticks with me forever. One, when the store goes out of business, and I'm just heartbroken. It's not even out of business. There have been stores that have just left because other businesses have offered to pay more money. But my heart breaks. Blockbusters left. My heart broke. Party City left. Heart broke. TGI Fridays. God, the list goes on. They just changed the signs to the movie theater. My heart broke. My elementary school playground got a new jungle gym and moved the swings, and I have so many memories on those swings. Swinging super high and kicking a tree while this kindergartner named Bubba would just crack up and laugh the entire time, and we would just do that for hours. Peter Piper pizzas. Heartbroken. My heart breaks. I don't know, I just have a really hard time when things change, and I think because growing up, most days were not good days. I really latch on to good memories and good times to the point where I actually end up in more pain than if I just enjoyed those moments for what they were. But that is something that I've been working on when something upsets me, trying to value those moments and realize that you can't go back. You really can't go back. And it's just the unfortunate truth. And one day you will find more memories and more people to hang out with, but you can't hang on to the past because you will never, ever, ever, ever go back. Number 3, my mental health. Specifically, I would say my depression and ADHD, while the list goes on. Those two, I think, are my biggest problem because I just love doing so many things, and my ADHD makes me fixate on things. But then because there's just so many things. Like, my diet is shit. I eat like a toddler. There's so many things that contribute to it. But because my ADHD makes me fixate on things, I go till I don't have any energy. And then I'm far too tired to clean it up. And then my depression kicks in, and I don't know if this is attached to ADHD. Again, done zero research. But I don't really see the mess, and that is extremely alarming. That just look at my bed and I'm barely ever notice it. But again, it's also been like this since, God, if I can remember correctly, it's been like this since, from memory, like 6, which means it goes before that. Like, it's a major issue. But my goals are to get rid of 90% of what I own, and I want to make a list of all the things that, like, all the cookware I have, like, that I have because I love cooking for people, but I'm not at a point where I clean up properly. So I want to make a list of, like, all the things that, not literally all the things, but just like categories of things that I have and why I bought them, what my goals were with them. So then I at least have that to remind me, you will get this one day, just not now. 1, I'm not using it. It's just sitting there and collecting dust. 2, it just stresses me out. And 3, it is a constant reminder that I'm not where I'm at. And that's fine. Like, I think that I specifically put so much stress on myself about school, about dating, about how my room looks, which that is an issue that I have to work on. But there are a lot of things that, like, are out of my control that are a huge bummer, but I can't do anything about. How I'm at an age where everyone is constantly working. Like, we are all working so much that we never have time. And that just adds on to the loneliness and depression and everything. But I have to really get in the groove of breathing and understanding that, like, it's going to take time and you can't force it either. I really want to focus my time on not just really, like, understanding, but accepting that you can't always get what you want when you want it. And things happen for a reason. Again, as you can see, my room is absolutely horrible. I'm extremely mentally ill. I say chosen not to date, but really I think just because of the way that I present myself, most people, 1, I look very young, so they assume I'm a child. 2, I dress like a boy, so guys typically don't think that I'm into them. 3, I think that I just enjoy hanging out, and I'm not really thinking about, like, anything else other than, like, oh, I'm having a good time, that I think that I present myself as if I'm not interested. Anyways, completely besides the point, but I just need to start working on being okay with I'm not going to get everything I want when I want it. And I may never get some things. Like, not everyone gets everything they want by the end of their life, and that's okay. And I think for me, that's the beauty in finding happiness, is understanding that life is what you get and what you make of it. And I don't know, I'm rambling now, but my point being is my goal is to get rid of everything that I'm not using, because I'm not using probably 90% of what I own, and to focus my time in healing, in working on my mental health, so I can get to where I see myself in the future. Anyways, that was today's little podcast. Who knows if another episode will be made. I really enjoyed doing this one, but I am just going to be cleaning and discussing things that are on my mind. If there are any professionals out there, if I'm wrong about anything I am saying, please let me know. It's not even about being wrong. I need to stop rambling. Anyways, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope whoever is out there who is struggling with the same things as me, I feel ya. I get it. And I am deeply, deeply sorry that you are having these struggles, because I get it. Have a great day, night, evening, morning, whatever it may be to you. Thank you.